Household loans extended by five major lenders in the country have risen more than 2.1 trillion won so far this month, according to industry data.
국내 5대 은행의 이달 가계대출 잔액이 지금까지 2조 1천억 원 이상 증가한 것으로 나타났습니다. Does that mean more people are buying homes and needing money?
They are borrowing more money.
Right.
If you look at the numbers precisely according to the data, this coming from Yonhap News Agency, compared to June 13th, so the middle of this month, it stood at 705.4 trillion won compared with 703.2 trillion at the end of last month. So we're talking within about a 2-week span, the outstanding amount of household loans rose by 2.1 trillion won. And to put that kind of into perspective, the past couple of months we've seen a similar rise. So basically what it means is there's a lot of transactions happening in terms of lending.
거래를 영어로는 transaction이라고 합니다. There are loads of transactions happening. And when we talk about loans and you say something is outstanding,
Yes.
that means that it hasn't been paid
It's
yet.
unpaid, right?
Yeah.
If you have an outstanding credit card balance, that means you have that much to pay to
Yeah.
your credit card company.
So having an outstanding credit card balance is not an outstanding thing to have.
It doesn't mean it's excellent because it also has that meaning, right?
Yeah,
Outstanding.
exactly. So it can be a bit confusing. Outstanding을 우리가 학생들한테 얘기할 때는 최고다.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
맞아요. Outstanding. 그런 의미로 많이 쓰지만 경제에서 outstanding은 지불이 되지 않았다. 이런 뜻입니다. 그래서 아직 갚지 않은 그런 이제 대출금이 상당하다. 근데 이제 전반적인 이제 대출 잔액을 이렇게 표현을 하고 있습니다.
Yeah. So we're talking household loans, all in total. Much of it is because of housing loans. So basically, there's a rise in housing transactions, meaning that possibly more people are. The real estate market is flourishing.
Yeah,
There's more
exactly.
activity, as you can say, because it's been sort of in the doldrums recently, right? The real
definitely.
estate market.
그러네요. 그래서 그냥 거래가 아니라 이 부동산 거래가 좀 활발해지고 있다라는 것을 또 우리가 같이 유추할 수 있습니다. 자, 첫 번째 표현을 좀 볼 텐데요. What's a lender?
A lender is an organization, or it could be a person that lends money to someone. And basically, to lend means to let out for temporary use on condition that it will be repaid at a later date.
Right. And in this case, we're talking about banks.
Yes. So the banks are the lenders. On the opposite side, the people that get the money are the borrowers, right?
그렇죠. 자, 대출 기관, 빌려주는 사람. 그거를 영어로 lender라고 합니다. 이 경우에는 은행을 말하고 있고요. 그다음에 이제 대출을 받는 사람은 borrower. lender, borrower. Can you lend me some money? Can I borrow some money from you?
Right. So
이렇게.
you would lend it to me,
Yeah.
I would borrow it from you.
그렇죠.
Right.
네.
That gets confusing a little sometimes.
네, 그렇습니다. 빌려주는 거가 lending 하는 거고요. 빌리는 거는 borrowing입니다.
Right.
What about the expression so far?
So far. So what so far means is up to this point, until now, up to the present time. So all the way up from the start of history up until this point, which is June 17th, 8:11 a.m.
Right, exactly. So far, so good. 이런 표현도 있는데요.
Right.
지금까지는 아무 문제 없이 무탈하게 잘 하고 있어.
But we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Exactly.
Yes.
네. 그래서 so far가 지금까지라는 뜻이 있습니다. 자, 다시 한번 헤드라인 읽어볼게요. Household loans extended by five major lenders in the country have risen more than 2.1 trillion won so far this month, according to industry data. Here's our next headline.
Sung Seung-min has become Korea's first female athlete to win an individual world title at the 2024 Modern Pentathlon World Championships in Zhengzhou.
중국 정저우에서 열린 국제 근대 5종 연맹 2024 세계 선수권 대회에서 우리나라 성승민 선수가 한국 최초로 여자 개인전 우승을 차지했습니다.
Yeah, congratulations. You know, who knew that Korea would become such a powerhouse in modern pentathlon,
Yeah.
right?
So what is the pentathlon?
Yeah, so the pentathlon, the modern pentathlon,
Right.
I might have to,
Yes.
to be specific, is an Olympic sport. It consists of 5 events, and they are fencing, swimming, equestrian, pistol shooting, and cross-country running. So it's these 5 In a way, kind of random sports, but if you look at it historically, these were five sports that really showed how diverse someone could be athletically.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. How many of these do you do? Swimming, I think you've mentioned before. Fencing?
Fencing is something I've never tried before, and equestrian.
Horseback riding?
So, I don't know how someone starts competing or, practicing the pentathlon. I assume it requires, a little backing financially, especially with something like equestrian. But, pentathlon has been in danger of being removed from the Olympic slate.
Right.
It will be competed in Paris this year. And you remember back in Tokyo, the men's side, Chun Ung-tae, he won a bronze medal
Right.
at the Olympics for Korea. And I think we really put modern pentathlon on the map for Korean viewers.
And he became the first Korean person to win in this particular area or
Yes.
this sport. But this time we have the first female.
Female,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So it's not just the men's side. The women are also being, they're very competitive on the global stage.
네, 그렇습니다. 이 모던 펜타슬론이라고 하는 근대 5종 경기는요. 펜싱, 그다음에 수영, 에퀘스트리언은 마술, 말 타는 거죠. 에퀘스트리언 마술. 그다음에는 사격, 피스톨 슈팅, 그리고 크로스 컨트리는 장거리 달리기인데요.
And they've modified this pentathlon a lot to make it a little more viewer friendly. So the pistol shooting and the cross country running have been combined, called the laser run.
Interesting.
Now, so basically, whoever crosses the finish line is the winner of the pentathlon, and they've adjusted the sport to make it a little more interesting and fun to watch.
그러게요. 이 크로스 컨트리는 4,000m죠. 4,000 meters, I believe.
And it's not over a track; it's over
Right.
just regular natural terrain.
Interesting. 자, 그래요. 이렇게 세계 선수권 대회에서 개인전 우승을 한 성승민 선수인데요. 개인전 우승을 했다. 근데 이제 세계 선수권 대회에서 그랬다.
Yes.
이거 영어로는 뭐라고 하죠?
Yeah, it's the world title or the world championship, right? And individual here means that it wasn't the team event. Song Seung-min was the sole competitor in this competition.
Exactly. 그래서 win 동사를 써서요. She won an individual world title. 이렇게 표현하면은 세계 선수권 대회 개인전에서 우승을 했다. 이게 되겠습니다.
And she's the second to clinch a spot in Paris this summer.
Yeah.
In addition to Kim Sun-woo, her teammate in the group competition, they won a gold medal in the World Championships last Monday. So the two of them will both be competing in Paris.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so look out for them.
네, 그럼 이제 파리 올림픽 때는 그러면 팀 경기를 우리가 기대할 수 있는 거죠.
Both of them will be competing in both. Yeah, I believe.
그래요.
Yes.
이제 모던 펜타슬론하고 인디비주얼 월드 타이틀 이렇게 표현을 봤습니다. 상당히 테크니컬한 느낌이 좀 있네요. 자, 전문적이다 이런 뜻입니다. 테크니컬이라고 하면은. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. 성승민 has become Korea's first female athlete to win an individual world title at the 2024 Modern Pentathlon World Championships in Zhengzhou.
Record-breaking fires are consuming Brazil's Pantanal, the largest tropical wetland on Earth, with more than 733 fires detected in the Pantanal biome so far this year.
세계 최대의 열대 습지인 브라질 판타나우 생물군계에서 이달 들어 지금까지 역대 6월 최다 화재 기록인 733건의 화재가 감지돼 피해가 커지고 있습니다. Oh, tell us more.
Yeah, so this region in Brazil, the Pantanal, is a very important region for the global climate. It's because it's distinct. It's what scientists call the flood pulse, where during the wet season, from November to March, 3/4 of the plain get flooded. And then in the dry months, from April to September, it becomes completely dry, where the water's all drained out. And that's important because wetlands like this are what's known as carbon sinks, or ecosystems that absorb and store more carbon than they release. So they actually do net negative, I would assume, for carbon, because carbon emissions are a major cause of climate change, of
Right,
course.
exactly. It's called the flood pulse, did you say?
The flood pulse, apparently. And, if you look at the number of fires, there's been a tenfold increase compared to the same time last year, 898% to be exact. And like I said in the headline, 733 fires compared to the previous record for June being 435. And we're only halfway through this month. So
Yeah.
you can imagine just the number of fires have been devastating for these wetlands.
작년 같은 기간 대비 compared to the same period last year 지금 이 화재가 한 10배 정도나 더 많이 발생했다. There's been a tenfold increase in the fires. 이런 얘기를 했습니다. 자, 첫 번째 표현을 좀 볼게요. Fires are consuming the Pantanal.
Yeah, so if you, in this case, consuming means to destroy, to do away with completely, or to eat up. And usually we talk about this in fires, where a fire would consume an entire village, for example.
Yeah, I think we use consume in many different ways. One would be spending money.
Spending money, right? Consumption.
Another is to eat.
Eat and drink,
something.
yes.
And here, of course, it sort of means to burn down, to cause a lot of damage.
So you could think in a way that the fire is eating up a building or a village or whatever it destroys.
그러네요. 자, consume이라는 게 소비하다의 뜻도 있지만요. 우리가 사람 얘기하면서 consume이 나왔을 때는 섭취한다, 먹는다 이런 의미가 있거든요. 자, 여기서는 이 많은 화재가 이 지역을 집어삼키고 있다. 이렇게 보시면 될 것 같아요. 그래서 record-breaking fires are consuming the Pantanal라고 했습니다. 브라질의 습지 판타나우를 지금 집어삼키고 있는 화재 기록입니다. Now, what's biome?
Yeah, a biome is a fancy way of saying an ecosystem. It's a major ecological community, like rainforests, grasslands, deserts, basically large naturally occurring community of flora and fauna.
Right. And can you tell us the spelling of biome?
Biome, yeah, B-I-O-M-E.
네. 이코시스템이라는 의미, 생물군계인데요. biome이라고도 할 수 있습니다. Well, let me read this headline again. Record-breaking fires are consuming Brazil's Pantanal, the largest tropical wetland on Earth, with more than 733 fires detected in the Pantanal biome so far this month. Okay, let's move on to the next headline.
Dozens of passengers who boarded a plane in Athens were forced to endure an extreme heat wave while trapped inside a grounded plane without air conditioning for over 3 hours.
그리스 아테네발 비행기에 탑승한 승객 수십 명이 비행기 출발이 3시간 넘게 지연되는 동안 에어컨도 없는 기내에 갇혀 찜통 더위를 겪는 일이 발생했습니다. Oh dear, what happened?
Yeah, so this happened last Monday. It was a Qatar Airways jet that was scheduled to fly from Athens, Greece to Doha, Qatar, when it was delayed due to a technical issue. Now, the problem is that Greece right now is undergoing a blistering heat wave. Temperatures outside at the time were above 32 degrees, and they were stranded on the tarmac for 3 hours, and that caused people to literally dehydrate, pass out on the plane, unfortunately.
그렇군요. 밖에 기온도 워낙에 굉장히 높았는데 그 비행기 안에 갇혀 있었던 거죠. 나올 수가 없는
They
상황이었다고
could
해요.
not, no.
네. 그러다 보니까 dehydrate라는 것은 탈수 현상이 나타나는 그런 승객들도 있었고 pass out라는 거는 기절했다는 뜻입니다. 너무 덥고 물도 못 마시고 그러다 보니 와, 그래요. 쓰러지는 사람들도 있었다고 하는데
Yeah, the heat wave is so extreme right now that popular tourist sites in Greece, like the Acropolis, are closed to the public. A famous British personality was found dead after walking in high temperatures, as well as other tourists. So, these situations happen because of security reasons, where planes are not allowed back to the gate, whether they're maybe because there's traffic on the runway, air traffic control couldn't get these planes back to an area where to get these passengers off the flight. But when there are health issues, I think this is more of a priority.
그러네요. 지금 이 비행기와는 또 별개로 그리스에서 지금 폭염으로 인해 이런저런 또 사고들이 있었다고 하는데 그중에 하나가 영국의 한 유명 연예인이라고 해야 될까요? 탤런트? TV 퍼스널리티라고 하면은 이제 TV에 출연하는
Yeah.
사람들을 재반에 걸쳐서 다 말을 합니다. 정확히 어느 연예인이었는지는 제가 지금 이름을 안 가지고 있는데 어쨌든 그 유명한 사람이 아테네에서 결국은 열사 그 너무 더워서 죽은 거죠.
Yeah, they
네.
went on a walk and
아유.
passed out and eventually was
그래요.
found dead. Yeah, unfortunately.
네, 그렇다고 합니다. 뭐 그 외에도 이렇게 너무 더워서 발생하는 그런 사고들이 좀 있었다라고 하는데 이번에 이제 카타르 에어웨이즈에서는 그 지연에 대해서 이제 사과를 했고 뭐 기술적인 이유로 인해서 그렇게
Yeah.
뭐 지연이
That's all
됐다고
they said. It was a
합니다.
technical issue.
알겠습니다. So the passengers had to endure. They had to endure. What does that mean?
Yeah, when you endure something, you suffer from it or
Yeah.
withstand or bear hardship to it.
견디다, 참다. Endure. E-N-D-U-R-E. And the plane was grounded.
Yeah, so literally grounded means prohibited or prevented from flying.
Yeah.
But if a person is grounded, that means they're well balanced and sensible.
Oh, yeah?
You
Sure.
know, prohibited from taking part in usual activities. If your head gets too big, your children usually ground you, right?
Yeah,
There's a
sure.
famous story where David Beckham, his kids really ground him because everyone thinks, oh, you know, David Beckham's so famous, but his kids say, Dad, you're not that
Right.
famous. You're just a dad.
Yeah, you're not
Stop
cool.
embarrassing
Yeah,
us.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
아, 그래요. ground에 여러 가지 뜻이 있습니다. 자, 이렇게 비행기와 관련된 ground가 나오면은 비행기 이륙 금지시켰다라는 뜻이에요. ground a plane. 사람을 grounding 한다라고 하면은 크게 저는 두 가지가 떠오르는데 하나는 지금 설명해 주신 너무 이렇게 내가 이렇게 구름 위에 둥둥 떠다니는 상황으로부터 방지해서 바닥에 땅에다가 발을 탁 착지시킬 수 있도록 주변에서 나를 조금 더 현실적으로 생각할 수 있게 해주는 뭐 친구나 가족이나 이런
Yeah.
사람들에게 they ground me 이렇게
Yes.
말할 수 있고 또 하나는 외출 금지. You're grounded.
Yes.
너 잘못했잖아. 그래서 부모가 아이에게 너 이번 주 한 주 동안 외출 금지야. 이런 거.
It's a common way to punish
네.
children for bad behavior, right? You're grounded for 1 week.
네, 외국에서는 흔히 쓰는 그런 punishment입니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. Dozens of passengers who boarded a plane in Athens were forced to endure an extreme heat wave while trapped inside a grounded plane without air conditioning for over 3 hours. Now let's move on to the final headline.
A military history buff in China appears to have inadvertently bought 4 books of military secrets for less than $1 at a neighborhood recycling station.
중국의 한 군사 관련 애호가가 동네 고물상에서 무심코 군사 기밀이 실린 책 4권을 1달러도 안 되는 가격에 사게 되는 일이 벌어졌습니다. Oh dear, what happened here?
Yeah, so this story came out from China's Ministry of State Security, and it praised this retired man calling a hotline to report this incident.
Okay.
They didn't identify him, and they didn't say what the documents were about because they were, of course, military secrets. But what they did was they really heroized this person.
Made him a hero.
Made him a hero
Yeah,
because the post read that what if someone with ulterior motives had bought them and the consequences would be unimaginable. So 2 popular Chinese news websites regurgitated this story, and it appears to be in a series. And this news came out from a Western media outlet, so take it for what it's worth. But the security agency here has been trying to draw in new audiences with these dramatic stories to kind of raise awareness to national security because for China, national security is of the utmost importance at this point with the U.S. and other countries. It is an interesting and funny
It
story,
is,
though.
yeah.
Right?
His name, we only know him as Mr. Zhang.
Yeah, anonymous. Yeah.
Yes, 그래요. 성씨만 밝히고 있는 요 그 굉장히 중요한 군사 기밀이 실린 책을 산 분인데요. 장 씨라고 합니다. 장 씨가 이거를 이제 고물상에서 샀어요. 1달러도 안 되는 저렴한 금액에. 근데 이제 딱 보니까 이거 너무나 중요한 군사 기밀이네 해서 바로 이거를 리포팅을 한 거죠. 그래서 이제 기밀이 뭐 유출되거나 이런 일은 전혀 있지 않았고 오히려 중국에서 굉장히 높게 평가를 하고 있다고 합니다. 네, 너무 다행이다. 그래서 이런 걸 또 볼 줄 아는 분이 그거를 가지고 바로 신고를 했으니까. 자, 이분은 이제 군사 역사 애호가입니다.
Yeah, so he or she must have known a lot about military information because they were described as a military history buff.
Yeah.
And a buff is a person who's enthusiastic about something, very knowledgeable about a particular subject, like a car buff or a computer buff.
Yeah, exactly. BUFF, buff라고 하면은 무언가 굉장히 좋아하는 사람이어서요. 애호가라고 할 수 있겠고, 뭐 아니면은 뭐 광팬 이렇게도 말할 수 있고요.
Like a fan or expert enthusiast.
그럼요. 네, 근데 구체적으로는 이제 military history, 군사 역사에 관해서 많은 지식이 있고 좋아하는 그런 사람입니다. 이 장 씨가요. 근데 inadvertently,
Yeah.
What happened.
Yeah, so if you do something inadvertently, you do it unintentionally, without design, or accidentally, unwittingly, or involuntarily.
있죠.
Yeah.
무심코 무언가 하게 됐다. 전혀 의도한 건 아닌데요. 자신의 손 안에 국가 기밀이 들어있는 책 4권이 들어오게 됐어요. 그래서 그거를 inadvertently he bought 4 books with very classified top secret information.
Uh-huh. If we can go back to the word buff real quick, buff has another meaning, right?
Oh,
It means
yeah.
you're also very muscular and built
Yeah.
as well as an adjective.
Like
so.
마동석.
Yes, he's very buff. Right.
He's the first person I think of when I think of someone who is
that
buff
right?
in Korea.
You know, you mentioned him last week too. You must have a thing for Ma Dong-seok.
I
Huh?
think it's because I recently watched the movie, what's it called? 범죄도시.
Oh,
So
okay.
there you go.
He's on your mind.
Yes.
Okay.
자, 다시 한번 헤드라인 읽어보겠습니다. A military history buff in China appears to have inadvertently bought 4 books of military secrets for less than $1 at a neighborhood recycling station.
The government and the ruling party have agreed to provide energy vouchers to 1.3 million vulnerable households as the country braces for a hotter than average summer.
네, 올여름 기온이 평년보다 높을 것으로 예상됨에 따라 당정은 취약계층 약 130만 가구에 에너지 바우처를 지원하기로 합의했습니다. 자, 이렇게 정부와 그 여당의 당정의 그 합의 내용 한번 살펴볼게요. Tell us more.
Yeah, very good news for households who maybe won't be able to afford high electricity bills. This is senior officials of the government, the presidential office and the PPP met together and they've agreed to provide support of up to 53,000 won. That's more up by 10,000 won from last year, so that vulnerable households will not have to pay so much. They've also decided to extend an electricity freeze for 3.6 million households in these vulnerable groups. So a lot of people are going to be able to get a little bit of relief and be able to run their fans or their other things to keep them cool in the summer.
네, 취약계층을 vulnerable group라고 할 수 있는데요. 이거를 조금 다르게 표현해서 vulnerable households라고 얘기를 하고 있습니다. 자, 취약하다, vulnerable부터 볼게요.
Yeah, if you're vulnerable, then you're going to be more susceptible to something. You're weaker to it. For example, I think you're more vulnerable to mosquitoes than I am.
Yes.
It seems like you get bitten more often than I do. It means that you're more likely to be impacted. So, for example, we're talking about households who are maybe earning less than the average annual wage might be a vulnerable household. A single-parent household might be a vulnerable household. There are all kinds of vulnerable groups or vulnerable households.
네, 취약하다, vulnerable이 되겠습니다. Whether you're talking about how much money you earn a month or emotionally, if you're quite weak, it's all vulnerable.
Exactly. If you've just broken up with your partner, you'll be very emotionally vulnerable.
Absolutely. 감정 상태가, 심리 상태가 좀 이렇게 약할 때 있잖아요. 그럴 때도 very vulnerable이라고 말할 수 있습니다. 자, 그 다음에 brace for something이에요.
Yes, don't get confused with the 2 nouns you may be familiar with. Braces for your teeth or braces for your trousers. Here we're talking about bracing yourself, meaning preparing yourself for some kind of bad thing, some kind of negative outcome, or some kind of danger or problem that you'll have to overcome.
네, braces라는 명사는 우리 치아 교정기 내지는 멜빵 이런 의미도 있어요. 그러나 여기선 그 의미 전혀 아니고 brace for something이라고 했을 때 안 좋은 일이 지금 닥쳐오고 있으니 대비해라 라고 할 때 brace for this, brace for a storm, brace for a crash 이런 식으로.
Well, if you watch Hollywood movies about plane disasters, you'll see the pilot shouting into the intercom when they're about
right.
to crash land. Brace, brace, brace.
맞아요. 네. 기내 방송에서 정말 이제 듣지 않았으면 하는 단어인데요. 혹시 이제 뭐 영화나 드라마 같은 데서 보셨을지도 모르겠어요. brace라는 단어가 이제 기내 방송에서 나오게 되면은 정말 최악의 상황이 지금 다가오고 있으니 brace position으로 들어가라라고 해가지고 몸을 이렇게 움츠리는 그 자세가 있습니다. 그래서 그거를 몸을 최대한 다치지 않도록 감싸 안는 거라고 볼 수 있어요. brace라는 게 embrace처럼 이렇게 안다, 끌어안다 이게 있잖아요. 그 뜻이.
Yeah, and Sue, I think you need to brace yourself. I've got some bad news.
What?
There's another mosquito in the studio.
Is there? Okay. 자, 그래요. 모스키토도 좀 뭐 안 좋은 것이 될 수 있으니까 brace for some bad news. There's a mosquito in the studio 할 수 있겠네요.
Yeah, you brace for bad news. You may
Yeah.
tell someone to brace yourself if you have something, well, sad to tell them.
네. 그리고 이 뉘앙스는 뭐냐면 마음 준비를 단단히 해라. 이런 느낌입니다. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. The government and the ruling party have agreed to provide energy vouchers for 1.3 million vulnerable households as the country braces for a hotter than average summer. Here's our next headline.
Korea has unveiled a comprehensive strategy aimed at significantly boosting its cruise tourism sector by attracting an annual 1 million foreign visitors by 2027.
정부는 2027년까지 연 100만 명의 외국인 크루즈 관광객을 유치해 크루즈 관광 분야를 크게 활성화시키기 위한 종합 방안을 내놨습니다. Tell us more.
This is a big deal. We're looking at major upgrades here. We're seeing more and more tourists now, and especially when it comes to cruise tourism. In fact, last year we had more than the pre-pandemic level of cruise tourism here in Korea. So it's something like 273,000. So there's going to be a new new pier constructed at Saemangeum New Port in Gunsan for cruises to dock at, and as well as a new international passenger terminal at Mukho Port on the east coast. There's going to be extensions of operating hours of these terminals. There's going to be pop-up markets. There's going to be more conveniences. And the idea is also to create distinct identities for each of these ports, the 7 major ports in Korea, so that each one has its own specialized tourism program tailored to foreign tourists.
Yeah, well, 2027 is just a few years away, and by that time we should attract around 1 million visitors a year.
Do you think we'll be able to attract Tom Cruise with our cruises?
Who knows? He's been to Korea a couple of times. Let's have a look at our first expression, comprehensive strategy.
Well, your strategy is your plan, what you're going to do. We will do this, do that, and the other. Comprehensive means it's everything. It's the whole kit and caboodle. For example, I went to a comprehensive school, which means they teach you everything. They teach you all the subjects. So this word comprehensive, like, for example, if you go on holiday and the tourist organization offers you a comprehensive package, you get flights, you get hotel, you get food, you get transport, everything.
모든 게 포함된 종합적인 것을 comprehensive라고 하고요. strategy는 전략이 되겠네요. 종합 전략입니다. comprehensive strategy. 자, boost는요?
It's a push, it's an increase, it's something that's making you better or bigger or longer or faster or whatever it may be. Often it can be over a short period of time. We think of boost often being like a boom, there it goes. We've helped you up here. In this case, we're looking at a number of years.
What situation is that? 뻥, 이게 뭐예요?
Like, for example, if you're trying to climb over the fence and I give you a boost up.
Ah, okay, got it.
Goodness sakes, Sue.
But I don't think I would make that sound, though.
I bet you, if I boosted you up over a fence, you would go bong.
제가 담을 넘을 수 있도록 선생님이 손으로 이렇게 부스팅을 해주면은 제가 뽕 하면서 넘어간답니다. 뭐지 이게? 알겠습니다. 어쨌든 부스트라는 게 이렇게 그 북돋아주다, 올라갈 수 있도록 도와준다 이런 의미가 있어서요. boosting something 하면은 위로 가는 이미지를 생각하시면 될 것 같아요. 경제 소식에서 부스트가 나왔다. 그러면 뭔가 수치가 상승할 수 있도록 한다라는 뜻이죠. 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. Korea has unveiled a comprehensive strategy aimed at significantly boosting its cruise tourism sector by attracting an annual 1 million foreign tourists by 2027.
China is being buffeted by two extremes of severe weather, with heavy rain and flooding in parts of the south and a heat wave and drought conditions in the north.
중국이 최근 남부 지역의 폭우와 홍수, 북부의 폭염과 가뭄 등 극심하게 양극화된 기상현상에 시달리고 있는 것으로 나타났습니다. Tell us more.
Oh, if we look at Fujian province, for example, in the east, there's been landslides, there's been flooding, something like 36,000 people have had to be moved. We've also got in northern China, including Beijing, they've had temperatures reaching 38 degrees, and it's still mid-June. It's been a lack of rainfall in the north. That's been the main issue here. And that's also raised concerns about agriculture because farmers and farms are suffering. They've called for drought prevention measures, but certainly the whole country is suffering, but in two very different ways.
Exactly. I mean, of course, China is massive, so we are bound to see different weather conditions, but this is just two extremes happening in the north and the south.
Yeah, but it's also an example of the climate crisis. We've seen increasingly year after year that these extremes are happening all over the world.
Now, Paul, what does this mean? China is being buffeted by something.
Notice I didn't say it was being buffeted.
No, but the
Because-
spelling is the same.
Yeah, so the word, well, this is the thing. There are buffet, buffet. Three different pronunciations, meaning that wonderful meal where you can pick anything you like off the tables and you pay only one fee. However, to be buffeted or to buffet someone, if you're buffeted, it means you're being violently hit or attacked. And we often use it with wind and extreme weather. I don't know, you've been to Jeju quite a bit.
I have.
Have you ever been buffeted by the winds in Jeju?
Many times.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it as a kid because I'd open up my coat and pretend I was Batman. But yeah, we use it to
As
mean
we
this
do.
very, very strong winds.
그래요. 자, B-U-F-F-E-T, buffet. 이렇게 뒤에 T까지 발음을 했을 때는요, 타격을 주다, 때려 눕히다, 뒤흔들다 이런 의미가 되기 때문에 날씨와 관련해서 어느 지역이 지금 이렇게 여러 날씨 현상으로 타격을 입고 있습니다. 라고 할 수 있어요. China is being buffeted by heavy rain and drought. It's all happening all in the same country.
Yeah.
Of course, different parts of the country. 그런데 같은 스펠링으로 buffet 이렇게 발음을 하면은 우리가 흔히 말하는 뷔페예요. 뷔페 식당 있잖아요. 그러니까 B-U-F-F-E-T 스펠링은 똑같지만 뒤에 T 발음하지 않습니다. 불어 발음을 조금 살려주는 건데 buffet 이렇게 합니다. Do you say buffet?
I say buffet.
Okay, buffet.
There's
배가
buffet,
강세.
buffet, and buffet. All three are used to mean buffet.
뷔페. 맞아요. 우리는 그렇게 발음하죠. buffet 다 됩니다.
And buffet.
And
There are some people
really?
who use that. Yes, I've heard it.
for the restaurant?
I've heard it.
I haven't, but that's interesting. 그럴 수도 있겠네요. 알겠습니다. 자, 다음 표현은 severe weather.
Yes, well, whether we're talking about be it rain or sun or whatever it may be, severe meaning it's very strong, it's extreme.
Yeah.
So we could replace weather here with severe heat, severe cold, severe rain, severe wind, severe snow, all meaning extreme.
극한의 날씨, severe weather. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. China is being buffeted by two extremes of severe weather, with heavy rain and flooding in parts of the south, and a heat wave and drought conditions in the north. Now let's move on to our next story.
A Chinese vocational school student has outsmarted AI and entered the final round of a global maths competition alongside students from top institutions such as MIT, Tsinghua, and Peking universities.
중국의 한 직업학교 학생이 국제 수학 경시 대회에서 인공지능을 제치고 미국 매사추세츠 공대, MIT, 그리고 중국의 베이징대, 또 칭화대 등 세계 명문대학 출신의 학생들과 나란히 결선에 진출했습니다. 그러니까 지금 이 vocational school이라는 게 직업 학교고요. 실제로 지금 얘기가 되고 있는 지앙핑이라는 이 학생이 패션을 공부하고 있는 학생이라면서요. 수학 공부하는 학생 아니고요.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's also very good at maths.
Yeah.
She actually did really well at maths in middle school, but when she was taking her entrance exam for high school, she didn't do so well, and so she ended up in vocational school. But she's
Okay.
obviously very, very smart. And this is really interesting. So this is the 2024 Alibaba Global Mathematics Competition. It's open to everyone, and this year, for the first time, it was open to AI as well. 563 AI teams took part. None of them got to the finals, but
Interesting.
this high school student did,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
think is amazing. AI actually caught up with normal human players in terms of score. They sort of got to the average, but I mean, the high score achieved by humans was 113. AI's highest score was 34. So it's nowhere near human maths geniuses yet. But yeah, it's a real success story because, let's face it, vocational schools are great, but they sometimes have a bad reputation around the world. They're seen as being a little bit lesser than the other schools, but in fact they're not. So in China especially, it's been going viral because everyone's saying, look at this,
Yeah.
vocational high school student, fashion student is a maths genius.
네, 그렇습니다. 그 직업 고등학교를 다니고 있는 이 학생, 지앙핑 학생이 지금 중국에서 온라인상 엄청나게 지금 화제래요. 아무래도 다른 명문대생들 그리고 AI도 그 제치고 지금 다음 단계로 넘어갔기 때문에 그렇습니다. 그래서 지금 결선에 진출했다고 했는데 6월 22일인 것 같아요. 결선 대회가 치러지는 날이요. 그때 이제 우승자가 누군지 알 수 있을 텐데 네, 일단 지금 여기까지 갔다는 그 자체가 참 대단한 것 같습니다. 여기 뭐 MIT 그다음에 피킹 유니버시티가 이제 우리가 말하는 북경대, 베이징대고요. 그다음에 칭화대도 역시 중국의 명문대죠. 그런 대학교 출신 학생들과 함께 어깨를 나란히 하고 있는 학생입니다.
And I'm sorry to say that I didn't get into the finals.
You didn't? Ah, what a shame.
I didn't compete.
Okay. 수학이라는 단어도 좀 언급을 하고 싶은데요. mathematics 이거를 미국에서는 줄이면 math s 없이
네.
영국에서는 maths
Yes.
s를 붙이고 말합니다. 네.
Whenever I'm pretending to be an American for money, which I do sometimes as a voice actor, I always have to remember to take off the S when I
Yeah.
say math.
I like math. Do you like math?
No, I like maths. No, actually, I don't like maths. It was my worst subject in school.
맞아요. 이 단어의 차이가 있습니다. 영국에서는 s를 항상 붙여서 줄였을 때도 maths 이렇게 얘기를 합니다. 자, 다시 학생 얘기로 돌아와서요. 첫 번째 표현인데요. She outsmarted AI.
Meaning she beat AI. She outwitted AI. She was smarter than AI. If you outsmart someone or something, it means you do better than them because you are smarter than them.
네, outdo, out 뭐뭐뭐라고 하면은요 누구보다 더 잘하다라는 의미가 있는데 smart가 들어갔잖아요. 그래서 그런 이제 두뇌 회전에 있어서 누구보다 더 좋은 점수를 낸다든지 누구를 이겼을 때 쓸 수 있는 표현이거든요. 한 단어예요. Jiangping outsmarted AI.
Yeah.
AI도 이겼습니다. 자, 그 다음으로 alongside, students from famous universities.
Meaning she was competing with them. She was even next to them, but she was in the same competition at the same time. If you're alongside, like literally speaking, Sue and I are alongside each other.
Yeah.
But it can mean your peers or your fellow competitors or whatever it means you're all together in whatever it may be.
네, 어깨를 나란히 한다라는 거고요. Jiangping has made it to the next phase or the next level of this competition alongside students from MIT and Tsinghua and all these famous universities. 자, 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. A Chinese vocational school student has outsmarted AI and entered the final round of a global maths competition alongside students from top institutions such as MIT, Tsinghua, and Peking universities. Let's move on to the next headline.
About 30 people were rescued from an amusement park in the US state of Oregon, according to local officials, after one of the rides got stuck and left them dangling upside down.
미국 오레곤주 놀이공원의 놀이기구 하나가 중간에 작동을 멈춰 약 30명의 승객들이 거꾸로 매달려 있다가 구조되는 사고가 발생했습니다. I don't think they were anticipating this when they got on the ride.
I don't know, but if you go on a ride called Atmosphere, you're expecting to be scared, I'm sure. But yes, this was a very scary thing. It got to the top of the ride when the riders were completely upside down and were left dangling there for quite a while, 28 of them, in fact. However, they managed to manually lower it. The riders were evacuated. One went to hospital for further evaluation. The others were just released. So no serious injuries. But certainly they've closed the ride. They're going to investigate what's happened. They're going to work out what's going on and make sure it doesn't happen again.
네. 꼭대기에 올라가서 이제 거꾸로 매달려 있는 그 상태에서 오작동으로 인해 롤러코스터가 멈춰선 거예요. 얼마나 공포스러웠겠어요. 물론 뭐 어느 정도 무서움을 좋아하는 사람들이 롤러코스터 타긴 하지만 그래도 이렇게 갑자기 멈춰서는 바람에 거꾸로 매달린 채로 한 28명, 거의 30명의 이 탑승객들이 공포에 떨어야만 했습니다. 그래도 다 잘 구조가 됐고요. 그다음에 이 기기도 지금 점검을 하는 중이라고 합니다. 자, 첫 번째 표현 볼게요. Get stuck.
If you get stuck somewhere or something gets stuck, it means you can't move or it can't move. It's where it is. For example, I don't know, as a child, if you ever tried to crawl through small holes or put your head through railings, you may have got stuck.
Sure.
In this case, the ride malfunctioned, and so the roller coaster car itself got stuck, couldn't move.
꼼짝 못하게 됐을 때 get stuck라고 합니다. 이 롤러코스터가 멈춰섰으니까 the roller coaster got stuck, the people got stuck, they were stuck inside the roller coaster.
Yeah.
그래서 꼼짝 못하고 탑승객들이 롤러코스터 안에 갇혀 있는 그 상황을 get stuck로 표현을 할 수 있겠죠. They got stuck 이렇게요. 또 한 가지 용법은 이제 수학 문제 풀 때 있잖아요. 이거 잘 안 풀려. Oh, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
On this question. 이게 나 지금 더 이상 풀 수가 없네. 그럴 때도 쓸 수 있어요.
Yeah, but if you add an into, it changes meaning entirely. To get stuck into something means to get really involved in it.
Yes, that's right. Get stuck into something은 너무 재밌어서 거기에 빠지는 겁니다. 다 뭔가 이렇게 많이 움직이지 못한다라는 꼼짝 못하다, 빠지다 이런 의미가 있네요. 자, get stuck 받고 그 다음에는 dangle. What's dangling?
I mentioned Tom Cruise earlier. Tom Cruise often dangles from tall buildings or helicopters, meaning
True.
he hangs on and hangs down from them. Yeah, we have this image. For example, you see a stuntman or a stuntwoman in a film, and they're holding on to the rail of the helicopter, and their legs are waving in the air. They are dangling.
네, 매달리는 거를 dangling이라고 하고요. 그 다음에 이제 당근 같은 거를 이렇게 손에 잡아가지고 이거 먹으러 와라 그 말한테 아니면 뭐 어떤
Do you often dangle carrots?
이런 이제 행동을 dangling a carrot라고 하는데 이게 비유적으로 많이 쓰이거든요. 실제로 제가 당근을 뭐 이렇게 들고 이렇게 이리 와라 뭐 할 일이 많이 없겠지만 우리가 당근과 채찍이 있잖아요. Carrot and the stick, is it?
Yes, the carrot and the stick.
그래서 이제 그런 비유적인 의미로 내가 이러이러한 것을 해줄 테니 뭐 나에게 요 말을 이거를 좀 해주겠니 할 때 you can dangle a carrot and ask someone for a favor to do something for them.
Yeah, or you may dangle some candy in front of your kid to get them to do their homework.
그래요. 어쨌든 이렇게 대롱대롱 들어가지고 여기 있다 하는 거 이것도 dangling이고요. 그다음에 아까 롤러코스터에서 사람들이 매달려 있었잖아요. 그때도 dangling이 되겠습니다.
They were dangling like carrots.
이 단어에서도 그 매달려서 달랑거리는 요 느낌이 좀 있죠?
It does have that feeling to it.
우리말이랑 영어랑 느낌이 좀 비슷해요. dangle, 달랑거리다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. About 30 people were rescued from an amusement park in the US state of Oregon, according to local officials, after one of the rides got stuck and left them dangling upside down. Well, that's it for the headlines.
South Korea's global competitiveness this year ranks 20th among 67 countries, according to an IMD report, an improvement of 8 notches from the previous year and its highest ranking to date.
우리나라가 올해 IMD 국가 경쟁력 평가에서 67개 국가 가운데 20위를 차지해 전년 대비 8단계 상승하며 역대 최고 순위를 기록했습니다. Tell us more. What's IMD, by the way?
Right. So IMD is the International Institute for Management Development, and it's a Switzerland-based organization that releases annual competitiveness rankings based on a country's economic achievements, infrastructure, and government and corporate efficiency. And South Korea has been included in this report since 1997. So it's been quite a long time since the country has been included in this report. So it said that South Korea ranked in at 20th place, which is quite an improvement from the previous year and also the highest ranking that it's placed so far. In first place was Singapore. It climbed up 4 spots. It was followed by Switzerland, Denmark, Ireland, and Hong Kong. The US and China ranked 12th and 14th place, respectively, while Japan was in 38th place. And they said that among 30 countries with a population of over 20 million or more, South Korea ranked 7th. And of countries that have a population of 50 million and a gross national income per capita above $30,000, South Korea came in second after the United States.
네. 자, 일단 그 IMD라고 하는 스위스의 국제 경영 개발 대학원입니다. 우리말로는 그렇게 번역이 되고요. 영어로는 The International Institute for Management Development라고 해요. 그래서 IMD가 발표한 이 리스트에 보면은 67개국 중에서 우리나라가 국제 경쟁력 20위를 이번에 차지했습니다. 우리나라 기준으로만 봤을 때는 8계단 올라서 지금까지 나왔던 순위 중에서 가장 높아요.
Yep.
이제 1위 국가가 우리는 스위스라고 하는데 영어로는 Switzerland.
Switzerland.
스위스란드가 차지를 했고, 그다음에 덴마크, 아일랜드, 홍콩 순이네요. 미국이 12위, 중국은 14위, 일본은 38위를 차지했다고 합니다. 크게는 이제 한 3가지 정도의 항목을 보네요. Achievements, Infrastructure, 그다음에 Government and Corporate Efficiency라고 했습니다. 그러니까 뭐 기업 효율성, 경제 성과, 그다음에 이제 정부와 기업 효율 이런 정도의 분야가 되겠습니다. 자, 전반적인 게 이제 국가 경쟁력이 되겠는데요.
Yep.
이거 영어로는 Global Competitiveness라고 표현을 하네요.
Yeah. So I mean, it's looking at how competitiveness a country is compared to other countries. So it's an ability of a country to maybe supply high quality goods and services at responsible costs, or it could be a country. It depends on what sort of thing that you're looking for. Yeah.
Exactly. 자, global 그다음에 뒤에 competitiveness라는 단어가 나왔습니다. 그래서 글로벌 경쟁력인데요. 여기서는 구체적으로 글로벌 국가별 경쟁력이 되겠죠. 그 국가라는 단어가 들어가 있진 않지만 그렇게 해석이 되고요. 다음으로 이제 8계단 내지는 8단계 우리가 올랐다 이렇게 말할 수 있는데 영어로는 8 notches.
Right. So, notch, it's an imaginary point or position kind of in a system of comparing values where a higher position is better and, of course, a lower position is worse. So, when we are comparing different countries or comparing different, when we're ranking something, we would say if you move up in a rank, it moved up a certain notch or moved up in a number, like the Billboard rankings, we would say if a song went up a step, it went up 1 notch. So if it moved up from 3rd place to 2nd place, we would say that it moved up 1 notch.
네. 여기 이제 8계단, 8단계, 이거를 8 notches, N-O-T-C-H-E-S라고 했습니다. 하나하나의 등급이나 저는 눈금을 많이 생각하는데요. notch라는 단어를 들으면은 그래서 그 8개의 그런 단계가 올랐다. 8 notches. You could say 8 spots as well. Same thing.
Yeah.
다시 한번 제가 헤드라인 읽어보겠습니다. South Korea's global competitiveness this year ranks 20th among 67 countries, according to an IMD report, an improvement of 8 notches from the previous year, and its highest ranking to date. Now let's move on to the next headline.
The number of double-income households in Korea has surpassed 6 million for the first time, accounting for nearly half of all married couples, according to data compiled by Statistics Korea.
지난해 국내 맞벌이 가구가 처음으로 600만 가구를 넘어서면서 배우자가 있는 가구 전체의 거의 절반을 차지하는 것으로 나타났다고 통계청이 발표했습니다. So more and more married couples are both working,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we are one of these double income households, definitely. So according to Statistics Korea, they said that the number of these double income households it rose by 268,000 to come to 6.12 million, and that's as of October of 2023. And it was the first time ever that the number of these dual income families surpassed the 6 million level, while the total number of married couples, of course, fell by 4,000 to 12.69 million. And that's because we keep seeing people getting married later in life. And these dual income families, they accounted for 48.2% of the total married couples. And the ratio marked the largest ever since 2015 when the government began compiling relevant data. And of households with a child aged 6 or younger, 51.5%, a record high, were dual income families, indicating that many couples opted to continue working to support their families. Meanwhile, the proportion of working households among single-person households reached a record high last year. The number of working one-person households came to 4.68 million, taking up 63.3%, the largest ever share.
네. 그러니까 이제 맞벌이 가구가 점점 늘어나고 있다라는 얘기입니다. 한마디로 말하자면, in a nutshell. 한마디로 말하자면 그런데요. 처음으로 600만 가구 이상이 이렇게 맞벌이 부부로 이루어져 있다라는 걸 알 수 있고, 전체 가구 전체 배우자가 있는 이 부부의 숫자는 줄어들고 있죠. 계속해서.
Yes, yes.
그렇지만 맞벌이의 비중은 올라가고 있습니다.
Well, married couples, I guess, yeah.
그렇죠.
Yeah, the
네.
number of married couples.
네. 그리고 또 이제 연령대별로 보는 게 굉장히 또 흥미롭더라고요. 아무래도 가장 맞벌이 부부가 많은 연령대는 30대인데 그 다음으로 많은 게 50대였어요. 50대도 58%나 맞벌이 부부인 것을 알 수 있습니다.
So we are working.
Yeah, right up to before retirement. 자, 이 표현 좀 보고 싶은데요. Account for, what does that mean, Karen?
Yeah, so accounting for, it means to form the total of something.
그렇죠. Accounting for는 어떤 비율을 차지한다. 이런 뜻이 되겠습니다. 근데 여기서는 accounting for nearly half라고 했어요.
Yeah.
모든 연령대 다 통틀어서 결혼한 부부 중에서 맞벌이 부부가 48%였거든요. 그래서
Yeah.
거의 반이다. The number of dual income or double income households out of all the married households in Korea was nearly half.
Yeah.
It accounted for nearly half.
Yeah. So, I guess, you could say that one out of two married couples are where both of them are working.
Yeah.
Both the
Exactly.
wife and husband are working. Yep.
Exactly. 자, 그래서 account for가 그렇게 많이 쓰고요. 어떤 부분이나 비율을 차지한다. 그 다음에 data compiled by Statistics Korea. Let's look at
Right, right.
compile.
Compile, it means to collect information from different places and arrange it. It could be in a book, it could be in a report, or it could be in a list.
It's almost, not always, but I guess it's quite often used with data.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
그 데이터를 이렇게 편집하고 데이터를 모은 거죠. 그때 많이 같이 쓴 단어입니다.
Yeah.
그래서 data compiled by 어디 하면서 기관이나 사람 이름을 쓰면 될 텐데요. 그냥 data collected
Yeah.
이렇게 해도 되지만 그럼 좀 전문적인 느낌이 없어요. 그래서 data compiled by 누구를 같이 기억하시면 됩니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. The number of double-income households in Korea has surpassed 6 million for the first time, accounting for nearly half of all married couples, according to data compiled by Statistics Korea.
Oil prices surged nearly $2 a barrel on Monday to their highest settlement levels in over a month, adding to last week's gains as investors grew more optimistic on the demand outlook.
지난 월요일 국제유가가 배럴당 2달러 가까이 오르면서 한 달 만에 최고치를 기록해 낙관적 투자 심리로 촉발된 지난주 상승세를 이어갔습니다. Tell us more.
Right, so the U.S. West Texas Intermediate Crude Futures gained by $1.88 or 2.4% to settle at $80.33 a barrel. It's the highest since the end of April. And the global benchmark Brent crude gained $1.63 or 2% to $84.25 a barrel. And that was also the highest since April. And they said that last week, both benchmarks posted their first weekly gain in 4 weeks after reports from the OPEC Plus producer group, the International Energy Agency or IEA, and U.S. Energy Information Administration raised confidence that oil demand will improve in the second half of the year and help inventories draw down. So reassurances from OPEC Plus that a plan to raise supplies from the fourth quarter of this year could be paused or reversed based on market conditions also helped prices firm, and that plan unveiled after the group's meeting on June 2nd had led to a sharp sell-off in prices.
네, 국제유가가 계속 오르고 있는 모습이고요. 지난 4월 말 이후 현재 그 최고치를 기록하고 있습니다. 자, 첫 번째 표현을 볼게요. Adding to, what does that mean?
Add to. So it means to increase something. You're adding to. So you're putting more to something.
무언가에다가 다른 것을 더할 때 adding A to B, B에다가 A를 더하다, 보태다라는 뜻이 되겠죠. 그래서 우리 수학에서 addition이라고 하면은 덧셈이 되겠습니다. 뭐 말 나온 김에 네 개 다 얘기를 해보죠. 뺄셈은
Subtraction,
네, 그다음에 나눗셈,
division,
그리고 곱셈.
multiplication.
이게 제일 길어요. 네, 근데 multiplication
Yep.
이게 이제 곱셈이고요. division, addition, subtraction 이런 것들 다 같이 알아두면 좋습니다. 자, 그다음에 grow optimistic.
Grow optimistic. So it means to become optimistic. Optimistic, of course, means to become hopeful. So someone who is optimistic is hopeful about the future or the success of something in particular.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, when we say someone's optimistic, it's a sort of a cup half full person,
Yeah.
as opposed to a cup half empty person.
Yeah.
그냥 보통 우리가 말하는 낙관적인 사람, 뭐 비관적인 사람 할 때 optimistic 또 많이 쓰지만 경제 전망에 대해서도
Yes.
많이 쓰는 단어죠. 네, 낙관적으로 전망을 하다 아니면 비관적으로 전망을 하다. So growing optimistic라는 것은 이제 점점 더 이렇게 낙관적인 전망을 내놓고 있는 투자자들 얘기를 지금 하고 있습니다.
Yep.
자, 다시 한번 볼게요. Oil prices surged nearly $2 a barrel on Monday to their highest settlement levels in over a month, adding to last week's gains as investors grew more optimistic on the demand outlook. Now, here's our next headline.
Heat waves across Greece have left multiple tourists missing or dead, with many of the victims said to have been on hikes when they disappeared.
그리스 전역을 덮친 폭염으로 몇몇 관광객들이 실종되거나 사망한 가운데 이 중 많은 수가 하이킹을 하던 중이었던 것으로 알려졌습니다. So if you're traveling in Greece or if you have any plans to travel to Greece soon, then please be aware that it's extremely hot. And locals are saying, don't go hiking in this weather because there's been so many accidents recently.
Yeah. So the country is suffering its earliest heat wave on record. You know, we've been seeing really hot temperatures a little bit earlier than expected, I guess. And they're saying that the winds from North Africa have been pushing up the temperatures, and high temperatures are expected to persist in Greece this week. A lot of schools have been forced to close, and these top tourist sites, including the ancient Acropolis, they've been forced to close as well. So the body of an American tourist has reportedly been found on a Greek island, and that adds to the list of foreigners that have gone missing or have been found dead during this recent record-setting heat wave. There was a Dutchman who was also found dead on the island of Samos over the weekend, and that also follows the recent death of a British TV presenter on the island of Symi. And adding to the list, there were were 2 hikers who were found dead on June 5th on Crete, and another American is among at least 3 others that are reported missing.
네.
And they were all on hikes while they were
네.
while they disappeared or have been found dead.
네, 그렇습니다. 지금 이 폭염으로 인해서 사망자가 많이 나왔습니다. 미국인, 영국인, 그다음에 이제 네덜란드인 등등 그리스를 여행 중이었던 관광객들이 공교롭게도 다 하이킹을 하다가 이렇게 실종이 되거나 사망한 상태로 발견이 됐다고 하는데요. 그래서 지금 워닝이 발령이 됐을 정도로 그 주의보라고 해야 되겠죠.
Yes.
관광객들에게 주의하시라고 나라에서 이렇게 얘기를 간곡히 부탁을 하고 있으니까요. 혹시 여행 계획하시는 분들이 계시다면
Stay hydrated.
네네.
Maybe avoid hikes, avoid going up to high elevated places. Stay in cool areas, maybe under shades.
이렇게 땡볕 아래 수분이 많지 않은 그리고 정말 그냥 직사광선 그대로 쬐게 되는 그런 하이킹은
Yeah.
권장하지 않는다고 합니다.
Yeah.
지금 현재 그리스에서. 자, 일단은 이제 몇몇 관광객들이 실종되거나 사망했어요.
Yeah.
일단 뭐 한두 명이 아니니까
Right.
다수라고 볼 수도 있을 텐데 영어로는 multiple이라는 단어를 썼습니다.
Right.
한둘 이상일 때 쓰는 단어죠.
Right. So it's not just one person. We had many people. So we use multiple to describe things that consist of many parts or involve many people or have many uses.
Yeah, you could say several. You could say a couple of.
Yeah.
A couple of doesn't mean two.
Yeah.
It means more
Many,
than.
yeah.
more than two. 자, multiple이라는 단어가 여기 쓰였고요. 그다음에는 이제 참 multiple choice라는 단어가 있죠. 우리 객관식에서 이게 뭐 한 사지선다, 오지선다 이렇게 있잖아요. 그것도 이제 multiple choice라고 합니다.
Right.
그런 게 이제 객관식 문제에 여러 개 보기가 있을 때 쓰는 표현이고 hike라는 단어 볼게요.
Right. A hike is it's like a long walk, especially in the country or wilderness, or it could be in the woods as well,
그렇죠.
or in the mountains.
네, 그렇습니다. 그래서 하이킹하는 거를 hike 명사로 표현을 할 수 있어요. 물론 동사로도 많이 쓰고요. 다시 읽어보겠습니다. Heat waves across Greece have left multiple tourists missing or dead, with many of the victims said to have been on hikes when they disappeared. Here's our final headline.
China has launched an anti-dumping investigation into imports of relevant pork and pork byproducts from the European Union, a move that paves the way for trade restrictions on a sensitive sector for the bloc.
중국이 유럽연합에서 수입되는 돼지고기 및 돼지 부산물에 대한 반덤핑 조사에 착수해 이것이 향후 EU의 민감한 경제 분야에 대한 중국의 무역 제한 조치로 이어질 가능성이 커졌습니다. Are we looking at another trade war?
Kind of a tit for tat thing, right?
Yep.
So this investigation was triggered by a complaint filed by the China Animal Husbandry Group. It's a state-owned company that deals in animal farming, and this announcement is seen as a prelude to retaliation for the upcoming EU tariffs on China-made battery electric vehicles, or BEVs, which are suspected of being heavily subsidized and sold at artificially low prices. So the European Commission said last week that it would impose additional duties on these goods starting July 5th unless Beijing offers remedies to ensure fair competition. The proposed duties would range from 17.4% to 38.1% and come on top of the existing 10%. But even before these duties were announced, Brussels was on high alert over possible retaliation from China, which tends to slap tit-for-tat curbs when Western allies confront its long-standing unfair trade practices. So China's Ministry of Commerce has denounced the EU inquiry as a naked protectionist act that artificially constructed and exaggerated the so-called subsidies, and it also vowed to resolutely take all necessary measures to firmly defend the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies.
네, 지금 현재는 이 돼지고기를 가지고 어떤 무역 전쟁, 통상 분쟁이 일어나고 있는 그런 방향으로 가고 있는 것 같다. 전문가들이 이렇게 분석을 하고 있는데 돼지고기에 대한 중국의 반덤핑 조사에 앞서서 EU에서 중국산 전기차에 대해서 관세를 많이 부과했단 말이에요. 그래서 이제 중국이 보복 조치로 그래? 그러면은 EU가 전 세계에서 돼지고기 제일 많이 수출하거든요. 굉장히 민감한 그런 분야라고 볼 수 있겠어요. 근데 거기에다가 이제 중국이 뭐 여러 가지 조사를 착수하고 더 나아가서 거기에 또 다른 뭐 관세를 부과할 수도 있겠죠. 그렇게 되면은 더 큰 통상 분쟁, 무역 전쟁이 될 텐데 그런 모습이 좀 보인다. 이런 겁니다. 자, 일단 돼지고기와 돼지고기의 부산물 이런 표현을 좀 보고 싶은데요.
Right. Byproducts.
Yeah.
So we said pork and pork byproducts.
Right.
So pork is, of course, the meat that comes from pigs. And the byproducts is, we're talking about, products like sausages, maybe. So and when we say byproducts, it's an incidental or secondary product that is made in the manufacture or synthesis of something else.
Yeah, so things made with pork.
Yes.
Not necessarily pork itself. 그래서 돼지고기 부산물을 pork byproduct라고 합니다. by-products.
Yep.
What about paving the way for something, Karen?
Paving the way for something. So, when you are paving the road, it makes cars easier to travel, right? So, pave the way means exactly that. It makes it easier for something to happen or someone to do something or making something possible to do something or someone to follow.
네, 어떤 길을 여는 것을 paving the way for something이라고 하는데요. 지금 현재 상황대로 간다면은 중국이 앞으로 유럽산 돼지고기에 대한 여러 가지 제한을 둘 수도 있겠다. 그런 이제 제한 조치의 길로 가고 있는 거 아니냐. 그런 얘기거든요. It's paving the way for further restrictions라고 했습니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. China has launched an anti-dumping investigation into imports of relevant pork and pork byproducts from the European Union, a move that paves the way for trade restrictions on a sensitive sector for the bloc. Well, that's it for the headlines.
South Korean 15-year-olds were among the world's top creative thinkers, receiving an average score of 38 out of 60. According to the 2022 Program for International Student Assessment's Creative Thinking Evaluation released by the OECD.
경제협력개발기구 OECD가 발표한 국제학업 성취도 평가 2022에 따르면 우리나라 15세 학생들의 창의적 사고력이 60점 만점에 평균 38점을 기록해 세계 최고 수준에 해당하는 것으로 나타났습니다. So we have a lot of creative 15-year-olds.
Sounds like it, yeah. Some interesting stats here.
Yeah.
So Singapore ranked first in this assessment. They had 41 points on average.
Okay.
And Korea and Canada actually tied in second with 38. Australia was next. They were just 1 point behind. And then New Zealand, Estonia, and Finland were tied in fourth place. So the average score for OECD member countries was 33.
Okay.
So Korea was quite a bit higher than that.
Yep.
Now, another interesting thing here. So in terms of gender for Korean students, the average female student, so 15-year-old, scored 40 points, and the average boy scored 37 points.
Okay,
So there it is. So if
girls
you're
did a little bit better.
Yeah, girls are 15-year-old Korean girls are apparently more better creative thinkers than Korean 15-year-old Korean boys.
Interesting.
So something else for them to fight about.
Okay, all right.
If any of them are listening.
Okay, so Korean 15-year-olds were among the world's top creative thinkers.
So if you're among something, then you're included in a particular group.
그렇죠. Among something이라는 것은 무엇 안에 속한다라는 뜻이 있습니다. You could say you're among friends.
Sure,
to
you're
someone, yeah. If you want to say you're safe with us, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Or someone might give you a choice about something. So maybe there's 3 choices. Which one do you want among these options?
그러네요. Among these라는 게 이것들 중에서라는 의미가 될 수도 있거든요. 그래서 among these, which do you want? 이것들 중에서 네가 원하는 게 뭐냐? 그리고 아까 제가 얘기한 you are among friends라는 거는 지금 여기 있는 사람들은 다 네 편이야. 이런 의미로도 많이 씁니다. 자, 여기서는 이제 South Korean 15-year-olds were among the world's top creative thinkers. 전 세계 가장 이 창의적인 사고력을 가진 학생들 중 한국 학생들, 15세 학생들도 포함이 됐다. 이런 표현이 되겠고요. And that's according to an evaluation that was released. What's an evaluation?
An assessment would be the best way to put it.
Sure.
That's why teachers do tests. They're evaluating the students' intelligence or evaluating how much they know
Yeah.
from what they've learned in the course.
Exactly. Evaluation, 평가가 되겠고요. 평가하다라는 동사는 evaluate가 되겠습니다.
When you evaluate something, there needs to be some criteria.
Yeah.
There needs to be you need to assess someone's skills. So there's always some criteria that you're looking for. Can they answer questions correctly? Do they
그렇죠.
know the information?
맞아요. 시험에 대한 평가, evaluation이 되겠습니다. 자, 다시 한번 제가 헤드라인을 읽어볼게요. South Korean 15-year-olds were among the world's top creative thinkers, receiving an average score of 38 out of 60, according to the 2022 Program for International Student Assessment's Creative Thinking Evaluation, released by the OECD.
That headline's a mouthful.
Let's move on to the second headline.
The season's first heat wave advisory was issued in Seoul on Wednesday, with afternoon temperatures reaching 35 degrees Celsius, while Jeju braced for the start of the annual monsoon season.
어제 서울의 기온이 35도까지 오르면서 올여름 첫 폭염주의보가 내려진 가운데 제주에서는 올해 첫 장맛비 대비에 들어갔습니다. So yesterday, I remember one of our listeners said the high this afternoon in my region is said to be 35 degrees. And I said, wow, that's hot. And then I looked at the weather forecast for the whole nation after I got that message. And I realized a lot of the central regions
Were even warmer.
were around that.
Yeah.
35 degrees.
Yeah, yesterday was insane. I could
very
barely stay
hot.
outside. So,
Yeah.
and apparently this year's advisory came one day later than last year's.
Okay.
So the advisory actually took effect in 92 regions across the country.
Cool.
With the KMA, they mentioned the influence of high atmospheric pressure and warm westerly wind, which was bringing temperatures up higher compared to the average in the
Yeah.
last few years.
Exactly. And right now in Jeju, it's raining, and the monsoon season, I guess, has begun.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's started. So at least it won't be as hot there. I guess that's the one thing you can say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find any silver lining here.
Exactly. And the rain gradually moves up as it normally, as it does every year. So I guess the southern regions and then later on us in
We'll
the central
finally get
regions.
it.
Yeah. we'll
And
get
some of the temperatures yesterday, there was a county in North Gyeongsang province that saw temperatures hit nearly 40 degrees at one point in the day. Gwangju hit 37 degrees.
Wow.
And that their previous record was 36.7 and yesterday apparently it was 37.2, so that destroyed a 66-year record. Daejeon saw temperatures hit just over 36 degrees too.
네.
So it's like everywhere was getting it yesterday.
경상도,
and
전라도,
probably today.
충청도, exactly. 다 그렇습니다. 어제 굉장히 많이 더웠고요. 올해 올여름 첫 폭염주의보가 내려진 곳이 굉장히 많았습니다. 그런가 하면은 헤드라인에 나와 있듯이 제주 같은 경우에는 장맛비 대비에 들어갔는데 실제로 지금 현재 비가 오고 있다고 합니다. 제주도에서 듣고 계신 분들 현재 날씨 알려주시면 좋을 것 같고요. 표현 보겠습니다. An advisory was issued.
Advisory is a warning. You can even advisory, advice, so it's advice as well. It's a warning, it's advice.
Sure.
It's a it's usually like a recommendation for caution is how I would think about it. So be careful.
Yep.
Sometimes we'll hear about travel advisories. Different countries will release travel advisories to their citizens saying, if you're going to go here, be very, very careful.
네. 자, advisory, 주의보가 되겠습니다. 주의보와 같이 많이 붙어 다니는 발령하다, 영어로는 issue라고 합니다. issue and advisory. 자, 그 다음에는 이제 annual monsoon season에서 annual 볼까요?
Something's annual, it happens every year. Usually we're talking about annual events. So it's one event, it happens one time,
Sure.
once a year.
Yeah.
But with monsoon season, it obviously extends over a period of time.
Right, right.
but it happens every year around the same time.
그렇죠. 1년에 한 번 일어나는 행사를 annual이라고 부를 수도 있고요. 이제 이 경우에는 매해 같은 기간쯤에 돌아오는 그 장마철을 얘기하고 있습니다.
You know, all big events, big sporting events, the Champions League final, the Super Bowl, the Oscars, these things, these are all annual events.
Yep. And if it happens every 2 years, then you say it's biennial.
Right.
And every 4 years, quadrennial, I guess. But we don't use that word much.
Right.
We'll just say the Olympics is held every 4 years.
Right.
All right, here's the headline again. The season's first heat wave advisory was issued in Seoul on Wednesday, with afternoon temperatures reaching 35 degrees Celsius, while Jeju braced for the start of the annual monsoon season.
A rally in several large technology companies drove U.S. stocks to all-time highs, with the S&P 500 notching its 30th record close of the year on Monday.
미국 증시가 몇몇 대형 기술주들의 급등세에 힘입어 사상 최고치를 기록하고 있으며 월요일 S&P 500 지수는 최고가 기록을 올해만 30번째 경신하며 장을 마감했습니다. Tell us more.
Well, there is a lot of optimism now about a resilient U.S. economy. There is improving corporate earnings coming out, and now there is the potential that the Fed will start cutting rates. We're not sure about that, but it is expected. All of these things together have actually pushed equities up about 15% this year. The S&P hit they hit their 30th record close on Monday.
Yeah.
Another record high on Tuesday, actually.
Wow.
And also, Nvidia was actually crowned as the world's most valuable company on Tuesday by market cap. So, you know, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple keep kind of jockeying for position for who's the world's most valuable company. But shares in Nvidia were up as much as 4% on Tuesday. Their market cap hit just over $3.3 trillion.
Wow, a market cap, meaning
Market capitalization. So you take the number of outstanding shares, multiply it by the share price, and that's your market capitalization. That's how they value who the biggest companies in the world are.
네, 그렇습니다. 그 S&P 500이 이제 다시 한번 또 최고가를 경신했다라는 업데이트 소식도 들어오고 있고요. 이렇게 급등세를 보이고 있어서 미국 증시가 굉장히 resilient하다 이런 표현도 썼습니다. 다시 올라올 수 있는 능력이죠. 자, 첫 번째 표현을 좀 볼 텐데요. What's a rally, Ray?
A rally in this case is a sudden increase in something. So they'll talk about it a lot for stock market, or certain shares rallied, so they were down and then they came back up again. So we use it in sports too. If you're losing the game and then the team comes back, makes a comeback, we call it a rally. So it's when you're down and then you come back up again.
떨어졌다가 다시 올라올 때 반등하는 것을 rally, R-A-L-L-Y라고 합니다. And what about driving something?
So in this case, it means that's the cause or the thing that forces something to change. It's the driving force. So, you know, in this case, they're driving stocks up. But if those companies were to go, you know, if the share prices were to fall of those tech companies, it would actually drive probably the stock market totally down.
네, 몰아가다라는 뜻입니다. 그래서 the rally drove U.S. stocks to an all-time high. 그래서 이렇게 미국 주식시장이 반등하는 모습인데요. 그로 인해서 미국의 주가가 최고치를 기록했다. It drove U.S. stocks. But you could also use drive in other meanings.
Yeah, like
and
you're
other
driving me
senses.
crazy.
You're driving. Am I?
No.
Okay. Drive someone crazy라는 expression이 있습니다. 이거는 뭐냐면, 나 너 때문에 미치겠어. 이런 뜻인데요. 그냥 하나의 표현이에요. Drive someone crazy.
Yeah, you're causing me to feel upset or angry, annoyed.
Yeah.
I'm getting frustrated. Something's driving me crazy.
Exactly. 많이 쓰는 표현입니다.
You can also use it in a positive way, though, too,
Yeah.
if you find someone really attractive.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
there's-
that
so-
person's driving me crazy.
Yeah, right.
I
Oh, that
keep
Jonathan,
thinking
he's
about
driving me crazy. That kind of thing, right? Like,
How did you know?
I read your diary.
When I was a teenager.
Yes.
자, 다시
You were very
한번.
creative. You were a very creative 15-year-old.
Well, I don't know about that. But here's the headline again. A rally in several large technology companies drove US stocks to all-time highs, with the S&P 500 notching its 30th record close of the year on Monday. Here's our next headline.
At least 550 people have died during the Hajj, a mandatory pilgrimage for Muslims to the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, as the annual event unfolded in temperatures surpassing 50 degrees Celsius.
사우디아라비아 메카를 찾는 무슬림의 의무 성지순례 하지 행사가 올해는 섭씨 50도를 넘는 기온 속에 진행되면서 최소 550명의 순례객이 사망했습니다. Oh my goodness, tell us what's going on here.
Well, it's it's definitely an issue. So this year they're saying about 1.8 million pilgrims took part in the Hajj. Last year it was about 1.6. This is according to million people. This is according to Saudi authorities. Now, Saudi officials they've advised people, issued an advisory to pilgrims to use umbrellas, drink plenty of water. And avoid exposure to the sun during the hottest hours of the day. However, many of these rituals, including certain prayers on Mount Arafat, these take place. This happened on Saturday. Many of these are outdoors, right? So you're outside during those
the hottest hours.
That's part of the rituals. So that makes it a little bit difficult. Another thing here is so each year tens of thousands of pilgrims, they want to come to the Hajj without securing official visas for it from Saudi Arabia. They do it to save money, but they say it's actually quite dangerous because if you don't have a special visa, then these pilgrims cannot access like air-conditioned facilities that are provided by the government, by the Saudi government. So I didn't know about that.
right.
And they're saying so this year, this around 550, the lion's share, a lot of them, over 300, were Egyptians, and they're saying that what I read was there's been a huge increase in these off-the-book, tours or whatever from many of them in Egypt. So it could be one of the reasons why this year so many of the deaths are coming from Egyptian people. Last year they said it was mostly so many Indonesians died last year.
아, 그렇군요. 올해는 이제 특히 이집트에서 이 성지순례를 간 무슬림이 굉장히 많았다고 하고요. 비자 없이 가는 경우가 왕왕 있다고 합니다. 비용을 좀 절감하기 위해서 비자 없이 많이들 가는데, 자, 비자가 없을 경우에는 사우디 정부에서 제공하는 뭐 에어컨이 이제 설치된 시설이라든지 이런 걸 이용하지 못한다고 하네요. 또 몰랐던 걸 알게 됐는데, 그러다 보니까 더욱더 열악한 환경 속에서, 안 그래도 더운데 그 찜통 더위를 견뎌내야 하는 상황이고, 또 더군다나 이 하지 행사 중에 하나가 밖에서 굉장히 더운 시간대에 밖에서 이제 기도하는 거라고 합니다. 그러다 보니까 이번에 굉장히 많은 사망자가 나왔어요. 총 순례자는 한 180만 명 정도가 최근에 거의 비슷한 시기에 이 지역을 찾았다고 합니다. 여기서 사망자가 550명 정도, 550명 이상이 나왔을 것이다, 이렇게 추정이 된다고 합니다. 자, 첫 번째 표현을 좀 볼게요. 자, 무슬림 신도에게는 이 성지순례가 의무 행사라고 합니다. 평생에 한 번은 반드시 좀 가야 하는. It's mandatory for Muslims.
Right, once in their lifetime.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they don't have to do it every year.
Right.
It's not mandatory every year. Once in your lifetime, provided that they're physically fit enough and financially capable of participating in this. So I misspoke earlier. So they said this year the Saudi authorities have said 1.8 million people took part.
Right.
1.6 were from abroad.
Oh,
So
I
that's
see.
that's incredible how many people. So it's a huge. And they say it's very like the Saudi Arabian government. They take a lot of pride in being able to host this event.
그러니까 올해 들어 이제 그 하주를 찾은 사람이 한 180만 명인데 그 중에 외국인만 160만 명이었다고요? Wow, so many people from overseas going there.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? If there's many Muslim countries and Muslim people that live in different countries that aren't Muslim countries, right? So, the Hajj is considered one of the 5 pillars of Islam. So that makes it mandatory, compulsory
Yeah.
that you must. That's what mandatory means. You must do it. You must. A lot, we'll talk about mandatory training at work, or
Yes.
this meeting. Is it mandatory? Is this company event?
Yep.
Is it voluntary or mandatory?
Exactly. And in Korea, military service is mandatory for men.
Mandatory military service.
그렇습니다. 네, 그 의무적으로 군복무를 해야 하죠. 그래서 mandatory military service 이런 표현을 씁니다. 의무적으로 반드시 뭔가를 해야 할 때 mandatory라고 하고요. 그 다음에는 unfolding이라는 표현을 좀 보고 싶은데요.
Talk about events unfolding. It's how something happened.
그렇죠. 어떤 일이 펼쳐질 때, 진행될 때, an event unfolded, 이벤트가 진행됐다. 라고 볼 수 있겠습니다.
I think usually we use it in the past tense too.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, true.
Right. Well, I guess we could say we'll see how this unfolds. We could say that.
Yep. All right, here's the headline again. At least 550 people have died during the Hajj, the mandatory pilgrimage for Muslims to the holy city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, as the annual event unfolded in temperatures surpassing 50 degrees Celsius. Let's move on to the final headline.
The governor of the U.S. state of New Mexico has declared a state of emergency as 2 wildfires sweep through a mountain range, forcing thousands of residents to evacuate.
미국 뉴멕시코에서 2건의 산불이 산악지대를 휩쓸어 주민 수천 명이 대피하는 사태가 발생하자 주지사가 비상사태를 선포했습니다. All right, tell us more.
Well, there's 2 fires, as the headline mentions. They have scorched more than 20,000 acres, and according to an update from authorities on Tuesday night local time, so would have been yesterday morning, they say it's 0% contained.
Oh my goodness.
So it's just raging on. It's 1 fatality was confirmed by the governor's office, but no details were given. Now, the headline says forcing thousands of residents to evacuate. It's true, but when I saw the number, I was like, what? 7,800, nearly 8,000 residents to evacuate.
Wow.
So that makes it sound even, when you put it in that context,
Yeah.
like the difference between 1,000 and 8,000 is huge.
그러네요. 7,800명 정도의 주민이 대피를 해야 했다고 하고요. 지금 더욱더 우려스러운 게 이게 그 2만 에이커만큼의 그 산불이 일어났다고 하는데 지금 불길이 잡힌 게 0%랍니다. 우리가 어젠가 그 캘리포니아 산불 얘기하면서 2% of the fire has been contained in California 이렇게 얘기를 했거든요. 불길이 한 2% 정도 잡혔다. 근데 여기는 지금 뉴멕시코에서는 0% has been contained. So none of the fire has been contained. Oh my goodness. Let's
Not
look
good
it up.
news.
No, exactly. 자, 다음 표현, 첫 번째 표현 보겠습니다. Sweep through.
Move through something very quickly. So a lot of times we're talking about fire, storms, for example, but also like trends can sweep through a country or sweep through a school, for example.
Exactly. Sweep through는 휩쓸고 지나가는 거예요. sweep는 게 휩쓰는 요 느낌입니다. 자, 그리고 force someone to do something.
Make someone do something against their will. They have no choice in the matter. They must comply. They must do it.
네. 어쩔 수 없이 무언가를 하게 만들 때 force someone to do something이라고 합니다. 이게 인위적으로 뭐 강제로 시킨 게 될 수도 있지만 자연적인 현상으로 인해서 어쩔 수 없이 예를 들어서 대피를 해야만 했다라고 할 때도 this fire forced people to evacuate 이렇게 표현할 수 있겠죠. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. The governor of the U.S. state of New Mexico has declared a state of emergency as 2 wildfires sweep through a mountain range, forcing thousands of residents to evacuate.